right, when it comes to education in India that makes an impact, I think the best way to kind of look into it is to speak to the experts. My name is Keith. Thank you for locking on. It's Good Morning Bangalore. Now, if you're just about tuning in, joining me on the phone lines right now is Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan, who's the director at TAPMI Manipal. Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you very much, and I hope you're doing well.
I'm good. Thank you so much. It's good to speak with you. I hope things are well where you are in terms of coronavirus and things like that. I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Indeed we are, and I'm hoping you're doing the same as well.
I am. Now, Professor, if I may ask you, how long have you been in the education space?
Oh, it's now almost about 20 plus years, almost 2 decades. So it's a long time in business.
Wow. You don't get tired of it or what?
No, it's a great profession actually, and it's a fantastic, I mean, you're always meeting new students, you're always creating tomorrow's leaders.
Yes.
I think it's great fun actually.
Okay.
I mean, fantastic young minds around, so.
Let's move to how do you see COVID-19 impacting the executive education in India?
Okay, it's a pretty good question. So, yeah, I was thinking about, Winston Churchill. Never let a good crisis go to waste. So the global coronavirus has obviously driven major shifts in how education and training programs are going to be imparted, and also how instructors are teaching and how the learners are learning, right? We are seeing significant disruptions in the academic calendar. Travel is not happening. Companies are putting things on hold. I think it's going to be a complete restructure of the system, right? And for example, schools like Harvard and Cambridge and Kellogg and Stanford, everyone's moving this direction. So I think there's a clear need for virtual communication sort of mode. And I think the executives would love to have upskilling and reskilling.
Right.
So it's brought the entire online education to the forefront. So I see a massive future for sort of online sort of mode impacting executive education.
Now, we've been talking about the change that the education space is seeing. Now, tell me, do you think online education would be the new normal in executive education particularly? And what's in store for example, students at who enroll at the TAPMI Institute in Manipal?
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is this crisis has definitely forced a lot of education institutions, particularly in India, to have a relook at the model of how they've been delivering education, right? I don't think 5 years ago people thought about it so seriously.
Yes.
Now we realize that this entire online education is going to be a long-standing feature of learning, and it is now going to be a new normal. We have to now accept it, right? The complete education system has been clearly dispossessed. The usual patterns have changed. New patterns are starting to come in. And, the whole habit, even the participants have shifted habits.
Absolutely.
So if you look at quickly at what we're doing, we are now going to what is called device to device, which is the new normal, and it's going to be fun. And that's how we're going to do learning. We've got sort of Cisco licenses. We're looking at Zoom platforms, looking at what is the best relevant technology to teach. But at the same time, we are also committed to providing an exceptional experience for our students. Whether it's students or whether it's executives, for example, right? Now, we are also redesigning our whole executive program to make the most of technology. So, for instance, we run a great program with Mu Sigma called LEAD program. Right. We run an executive postgraduate program. All of it are basically done through a virtual mode. We have just signed up with a very big company in Mumbai called Eruditus to offer a postgraduate program in data science, sales management, and digital marketing. Again, all of it is done through, this sort of online mode. I think that is going to be a new normal, and faculty also enjoy doing this. It's a completely different experience. TAPMI has great faculty, and most of us are very well trained in this space as well.
Right. So let's move more into that whole faculty part of it that you're talking about. In your opinion, let's get to, on the other side, Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan, who's the director down at TAPMI Manipal. It's good to speak with you and to speak to a person who's done more than 20 years in the education space. I find high schooling hard enough, so I don't know how you do this.
I don't know. That's right. It is good fun, as I told you. It's a very enjoyable profession, actually.
Right.
We love it.
And in these changing times, of course, let's get your opinion on, what's more impactful? Sure. Is classroom teaching more impactful, or, your personal opinion, please?
Well, I tell you, I'm always been a great fan of this classroom teaching. I don't think that's ever going to be replaced. That's the convention that's been the norm. But certainly this COVID has challenged the entire status quo of the education system. There is no doubt about it. But given that, happened, you really have to ensure that you're going to identify these new challenges,
Yes.
come out of the comfort zones, because most faculty love the green board, the chalk, the sliding boards and stuff like that. But that may not happen because students are going to be sitting around the country and you have to use technology to teach them, right? So which means the faculty has to come out of their own comfort zones. So that is going to be the case. But the classroom, there's a clear chemistry between, in a classroom setting, between the teacher or a professor and a participant. That may be a little bit missing, but that's fine. But there is a great sense of what we call real-time learning. That won't change.
Yes.
So online, in my view, whether it's online or sort of classroom, the enjoyment is going to be same. I don't think it's going to change. So the peer learning will be there, class participation is going to be there. We're still going to have lots of intellectual conversations, debates are going to happen in the class. That's all going to be there. And on TAPMI is using WebEx. So WebEx actually offers fantastic tools, lots of tools which you can actually create what I call a real-time classroom environment. You can create that using technology. And we believe that whether you are in an offline or online sort of mode, it's the faculty that's going to make the difference, right?
Absolutely.
So it's not that you're going to run a robot doing this. So you will have an online methodology, but still there is a faculty who's going to connect you.
Yes.
So I think this is a great outcome for both the current students and the future students. But one final thing I want to just quickly add is, faculty have got to be both adaptable and flexible. That has got to happen in the country. So that's quite important.
Tell me the kind of programs that TAPMI has in the executive education space particularly, please.
Sure. So, TAPMI has been in business for almost 3 decades now, 34 plus years. So we are on the top 20 schools in the country. So we offer several exciting programs. So we offer a program with Mu Sigma in Bangalore. So it's called the LEAD program. It's an analytics program, but it's a joint program with Mu Sigma. So 5.5 months in TAPMI, 5.5 months in Mu Sigma. And everybody who completes this program gets a full-time position at Mu Sigma in Bangalore. We have an executive postgraduate program, which is also an 11-month program. So all of these 11-month certification programs. And it's a fabulous program because, you can sit in your offices and we can run through a device-to-device method. It's completely virtual mode. So the admissions are about to start for the EPGM program. The admissions are already happening for the LEAD. It's called the LEAD program with Mu Sigma. We've just got an agreement with Editor House in Mumbai. We're running 3 programs with them. Postgrad certificate in data science, a program in sales management, and a certificate program in digital marketing. And just linking to my previous response, all of our faculty are so well trained. They have a terrific mix of both the industry and academia. So we're able to actually bring that great connect and link to all of the participants. So in terms of programs, that's where we are. We are offering cutting edge programs in a mode that is convenient to participant, but at the same time, it's always what we call the participant centered learning. That does not change. It's location, agnostic. It can be anywhere, home, office, wherever you like. And the final point, I just want to add is, once you complete TAPMI programs, you enjoy the alumni status. So there are 5,500 plus family of TAPMI alumni. You will be joining a part of that family.
Of course, I want to wish you guys all the very best. Your final message to people out there, aspiring young executive MBA students, what would that be?
So very quickly, I just wanted to say to you that, it's very disturbing times, obviously. Many things are changing. The world is no longer the world we lived maybe 6 months ago. But all I would want to say to students is, or to participants are that we have to take this as a new normal. The transition has got to be seamless. We must find new ways and habits. And as I said earlier, like Winston Churchill said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Make the most of this amazing opportunity. I know these are difficult times, but that's where you find a solution. You got to find a solution when there's a serious problem. And particularly for an MBA student or an MBA aspirant, and looking into a top school like ours, most international schools are actually telling them this is a challenge and this is where you have to find solutions.
Sure.
We had plague, we had crisis before. This will shall pass. But one has to be flexible, one has to be adaptable, and one has to actually agree and think that, this is the world we are now going to be living. So the education space is definitely going to be changing, but I'm very much looking forward to having many participants join TAPMI, whether you're an executive or an aspirant MBA student. But I wish all of you all of good health, and please stay safe.
Super. Thank you so much, Professor. It's been so cool chatting with you. I wish you guys all the very best, and here's to better, brighter times.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely afternoon as well.
Thank you.
As well.